Have you ever heard of something that can act like both a liquid and a solid? It's not magic, but it sure feels like it. This incredible substance is called Oobleck, and it's going to blow your mind. Get ready to dive into the fascinating world of Oobleck, a substance that will make you question everything you thought you knew about states of matter. Imagine holding something that can slip through your fingers one moment and then become rock solid the next. Oobleck is a bit of a rebel. Sometimes it acts like a liquid, flowing through your fingers effortlessly, almost like water. It's mesmerizing to watch it move and change shape. But then, when you squeeze it, it suddenly becomes hard as a rock. It's like it has a mind of its own, defying the usual rules of physics. Oobleck is a great example of a non-Newtonian fluid. That means it doesn't follow the usual rules of how liquids and solids behave. Instead, it changes its properties based on the force applied to it. Don't worry, we'll talk more about that later. For now, just know that Oobleck is a fantastic way to explore the wonders of science in a hands-on, fun way. The best part? You can easily make Oobleck at home with just a few common ingredients. All you need is some cornstarch and water, and you're ready to create your own batch of this magical substance. Get ready for some messy, mind-bending fun. Whether you're a kid or an adult, playing with Oobleck is sure to bring out your inner scientist and provide hours of entertainment. Creating your own batch of Oobleck is easier than you might think. It's a fun and simple science experiment that you can do right at home. Before we begin, let's gather our ingredients and supplies. Having everything ready will make the process smooth and enjoyable. Don't worry, you probably already have most of these items in your kitchen. Here's what you'll need to get started. Cornstarch. This is the secret ingredient that gives Oobleck its unique properties. It's what makes the mixture both solid and liquid. Water. We'll need some water to mix with the cornstarch. The right amount of water is crucial for achieving the perfect consistency. Measuring cups and spoons, we want to make sure we have the perfect Oobleck consistency. Accurate measurements will help us get it just right. A large bowl. This is where the magic happens. Make sure it's big enough to mix everything without making a mess. Food coloring, optional. Add a splash of color to your Oobleck for extra fun. You can choose any color you like to make it more exciting. Once you've gathered your supplies, it's time to move on to the exciting part, making the Oobleck. Get ready to mix and see the magic unfold. Are you ready to create your own batch of mesmerizing Oobleck? Let's dive right in. Start by adding 1 cup of cornstarch to your large bowl. Now, slowly pour in half a cup of water. Remember, we're aiming for that perfect consistency, so it's best to add the water gradually. Now put on your mixing gloves and get ready for some hands-on fun. Use your hands or a spoon to mix the cornstarch and water thoroughly. You'll notice the mixture starting to thicken as you stir. If the Oobleck feels too thick, add a little more water, a tablespoon at a time. If it's too runny, add a bit more cornstarch. Section 4. The science behind the slimy sensation. So, what exactly makes Oobleck behave so strangely? It all comes down to the science of non-Newtonian fluids. You see, most fluids like water or juice have a constant viscosity. That means they flow at the same rate no matter how much pressure you apply. Oobleck, however, is a rebel. It doesn't follow those rules. When you apply pressure to Oobleck, like squeezing it in your hand, the cornstarch particles clump together, making it feel solid. But when you release the pressure, the particles relax and it flows again like a liquid. Pretty cool, right? Section 5. Oobleck experiments unleash your inner scientist. Now that you've created your own batch of Oobleck, it's time to have some fun. Oobleck is not just a fascinating substance. It's a gateway to endless scientific exploration and creativity. Oobleck is a fantastic tool for hands-on experiments. Its unique properties make it both a solid and a liquid, depending on how you interact with it. Here are a few ideas to get you started. These simple experiments will help you understand the intriguing behavior of non-Newtonian fluids. The squeeze test. Grab a handful of Oobleck and squeeze it tightly. Notice how it feels solid when you apply pressure. What happens? Does it feel solid or liquid? When you release the pressure, observe how it turns back into a liquid and flows through your fingers. Now, open your hand and let the Oobleck flow through your fingers. This transition is what makes Oobleck so mesmerizing. The Walking on Oobleck challenge. Fill a large bin or tray with Oobleck. This experiment is perfect for understanding the non-Newtonian properties on a larger scale. Can you walk across the surface without sinking? Try running or walking quickly to see how the Oobleck supports your weight. This one is trickier than it looks. If you slow down or stop, you'll start to sink. It's a fun way to test your balance and speed. The sound experiment: place a Bluetooth speaker inside a sealed plastic bag and then submerge the bag in a bowl of Oobleck. This experiment combines science with music. Play some music and observe what happens to the Oobleck as the music plays. Watch how the vibrations create fascinating patterns and movements in the Oobleck. There are endless possibilities for Oobleck experiments. From simple tests to complex challenges, the only limit is your imagination. Get creative, make observations, and have fun exploring the amazing world of non-Newtonian fluids. Document your findings and see what new discoveries you can make. Remember to share your Oobleck adventures and inspire others to discover the magic of science. Your experiments could spark curiosity and a love for science in others.